Hey Canucks fans, hope you're well. The 2025 trade deadline has come and gone, and the Canucks did not make any moves today, this Friday. Yesterday they made a medium-sized move in moving Carson Soucy to the New York Rangers for that third-round draft pick for the 2025 entry draft, originally belonging to the San Jose Sharks. We know that's going to be a very early pick in the third round. By the way, when people say that it's technically it's like it's a late second round pick, no, it's not. It's still a third round pick. It just happens to be very early in the third round. I get the notion behind it, but that still doesn't make any literal sense to me. Anyways, for today, I think a lot of people are very disappointed. By the way, we're in Kelowna right now. That's the highway behind me. Just getting ready to go take Kayla to practice for her ahead of her provincial tournament tomorrow. A lot of Canucks fans were very intrigued. They're anticipating a big day today because you had UFA's Brock Besser, his contract expiring July 1st, Pius Suter, and Derek Forbort. And Carson Soucy yesterday, he was not even a UFA. So they made a trade, they traded him away. So there was hope. There was some anticipation, maybe some eagerness that just the Canucks simply, fans hoping that the team would do something. And they had an opportunity to do something. You see some of the trades that are being made throughout the league today, and you see players like Kuzmenko and players that are not as good as Brock Besser fetching second round picks, third round picks. So the thought, I think conventional wisdom would suggest that Brock was going to be at least worth a first rounder and a prospect, or a first rounder and a roster player, or a first rounder and a draft pick, whatever it may be. So there was that. Then Pius Suter, okay, maybe he's not as attractive as Brock Besser, certainly not from a better salary, but doesn't get paid as much as Brock. So maybe Suter would fetch a second or a third. And maybe Forbort would get you a third or fourth. So you could have conceivably traded 1, 2, all three of those players today and racked up some assets, 3 or 4, maybe even 5 assets that would include prospects, picks, and maybe a roster player or 2, or maybe at least 1. So there was that opportunity that was staring the Canucks in the face. But as the day went on, as we saw more deals go down, even massive ones like Brad Marchand to Florida, which is being finalized as I record this. So there's some big deals out there. There's some medium deals out there. There's some small deals out there. As I see that guy sitting behind me to have a smoke on the curb, which is fine. He'll be my vlogging partner for the rest of this vlog. There were deals to be out there, but it sounds like, and I'm recording this before Patrick Allvin meets with the media. It sounds like the Canucks were not presented with anything, or they did not initiate anything that made sense to them. It didn't make sense to, I guess, they didn't want to obviously lose in a trade. They didn't want to get ripped off in a trade, whatever it may be. So now the Canucks are left with the same roster that they had 2 days ago, except for no Carson Soucy, and they're battling for this playoff spot. And I guess there's still time to trade Besser and Suter and Forbort. If they don't plan on extending them, there's still time to negotiate with them. I think Besser is the one, obviously, that most people are interested in, and that's probably I think that's the one that has everyone's attention. Pius Suter, I think, is as good as gone, especially if he wants to double his salary from this year. And Derek Forbort, I think you can find a lot of guys like Derek Forbort out there. So apparently, according to Rick Dollywall and others, no movement made on the Brock Besser extension talks today. So it's one of those things where if you don't think you're going to eventually sign him, you should have moved him today. And you could have moved him today, seeing all the prices. Maybe there's hope that they're going to re-sign him. We can debate for months whether or not that's the best decision for the Canucks. Or if they don't re-sign him, maybe they think they can trade him around draft time, where there's a lot of more teams in the mix and more picks in the mix, so to speak. So, that's the way. For me, I'm a little bit disappointed, admittedly. I'm not like mad, I'm not upset, but I do, and talking to a lot of my friends already, I do think the common feeling is that this was a wasted opportunity today, that the Canucks did not move any of their pending UFAs for any type of assets, that's whether they were going to help them right now for the playoff run, or more accurately and more likely in the future. So, having said that, Brock Besser was at practice, Pius Suter was at practice, Derek Forbort was at practice. So this is how they lined up as they get ready to host the Minnesota Wild tonight. So your top line, Pettersson is still playing with It's basically the same lineup as as earlier in the week, except without Carson Soucy. So you have Pettersson between Garland and Joshua. You have the Filipino with Drew O'Connor and with Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Then your third line of Pius Suter between DeBrusk and Besser. And then you have Teddy Bluger, Niels Hoglander, and Kiefer Sherwood with Niels Amon as your extra. Then with no Soucy and with no Quinn Hughes, who skated before practice but doesn't look like he's going to play tonight, you have DPD with Hronik, you have Marcus Pettersson with Tyler Myers, and then now you have Derek Forbert with Victor Mancini, who steps in the lineup with no Carson Soucy, and I fully expect it to be Kevin Lankin tonight to play against a tough Minnesota Wild team. So that's what the Canucks look like for tonight, but more importantly, wanted to know, just wanted to lay out there the fact, stating the obvious basically, that it's really too bad that the Canucks did not do anything of significance today. I guess the final thing I'll say is, and again, I'll record a new vlog after I listen to Patrick Allvin if there's anything like earth-shattering in there. I'm not sure if there will be, but unless he's saying that they're going to fully try to extend Brock Besser, or they're not ready to close the door on that chapter just yet. So that's what I take out of this too. I don't worry about Pius Suter. Like I said, I think he's good as gone. Derek Forbert, expendable. But with Brock Besser, to me, this says that obviously no extension has been done yet. That's been publicized. But perhaps they still are holding out hope that they're going to get a deal worked out with Brock in the next few months. And if they don't, they can still try and trade him before his contract expires, so that you can do that around the draft time. And God forbid they don't extend him, they don't trade him, and they let him walk away. That would be a huge failure in asset management. And the only thing that would take away the stench of that kind of failure was if somehow the Canucks make the playoffs and then go on a pretty deep run, and Brock Besser is a big part of it. So Canucks fans, let me know what you think. How are you feeling? Are you frustrated? Are you disappointed? Are you upset? Are you happy? Maybe you're the type that didn't want to see Brock Besser or any of the other guys traded. So let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. I will do another vlog after I watch Patrick Allvin's press conference if there's anything of substance. Otherwise, I'll be in Kelowna for the weekend. You can wish Kayla luck. She's sitting beside me in the car right now, trying to be as quiet as possible. So we'll all wish her luck at her provincial tourney tomorrow, and I'll update you over the weekend. I'll also send out a request for Ask Me Anything questions for my members, and look for that post sometime tomorrow morning. But for now, let me know what you think of the Canucks' lack of activity today and at the trade deadline, and you can talk about any other trades throughout the NHL. There are a lot of big ones today: Rantanen, Marchand, others. So let me know how you're feeling right now, Canucks fans, in the comments below. Shout out to my sponsors: Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Lou, Weight Loss Coach. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Harry Mall, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members, and thank you for your support, and thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On the way out, you can like the video, you can subscribe, you can leave a donation to help me out, but most importantly, leave a comment below how you're feeling with what the Canucks did, or more accurately, didn't do today. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.